Thoughts never spoken, feelings never prices, truth never voiced.
Welcome to the Unspoken Voices podcast with Chuck Ellis, where the rubber meets the road and the unspoken finds its voice. This is more than a podcast. This is a space for the thoughts you've been holding in, the conversation you've been avoiding, the feelings you've been struggling to explain. It's a platform for honesty, a safe place for courage, and voice for those who haven't found theirs yet. Here we don't run from real life.
We face it.
Whether you're calling in to share your story or listening because you're not ready to speak yet, this platform was built for you. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
what's really going on. This is the Unspoken Voices podcast.
Hey y'all. How everybody doing this evening?
What's good, Chuck?
What's good, man? What's good? Let me hold on. Let me add. Here we go. Oh, okay. Now we got everybody up there. Oh, yeah, there we go. I got Shank. I got Angie online with us. Hey, I started y'all out a little bit early, man. But anyway, listen, because I ain't even get to my my opening part. You know? Anyway, let me address everybody out in the land of the land. First and foremost, welcome everybody to the Unspoken Voices podcast with Chuck Ellis. And as y'all can see, I got my two guests online. I got Shank Rock and Angie over there. But y'all give me 1 minute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put y'all down for 1 second.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you down for 1 second. Okay, boom. All right. Here we go. Now I got everybody down. Back to the opening. We got a very interesting panel, a discussion. I call it a panel discussion today. But as always, and in keeping with our structure and our format of how we do things here at the Unspoken Voices podcast, first and foremost, today is Sunday. And I want to give a special shout out to my mother. Happy birthday, Mom. Wouldn't be here without you. I love you to the moon and back. You've been a rock. You've been a solid rock, the foundation. You hold all the pieces together for the family, for me, our siblings, and everybody else. And all 71 of your descendants, because there's 71 of us, something like 51 or 71, something like, it's a lot of us. So we thank you, we honor you, and we appreciate you for everything that you've done for us. Happy birthday to you. Now, to everybody out there, you know, if y'all in the chat, hey man, shoot Mom's a happy birthday out there in the chat. I appreciate that. Give her a little heart or something. It takes a lot to make it through these kind of years. So, first and foremost, next I want to give praise and honor to God for allowing us to be here. Thinking that everybody is healthy. If you're not healthy, you're still breathing, then hey, that's a blessing in itself. So we thank God for giving us the strength, the power, and endurance to be here today. Next up, I got to give a shout out to my sponsors. Look here. I was going to get that moment of silence, but check it out. I do have a sponsor, the Loft Barber and Beauty in Romeoville, Illinois. So this is what we're going to do for that sponsorship. If you go into the comments either on my Facebook or either on this channel here, and just put in there the Loft. And a randomly selected individual is going to get a free haircut. Beard trim, the whole thing. The value is about $50 value for the haircut trim. So, hey, we're going to select you. I get in touch with you. That's our raffle. That goes to our sponsor, the Loft Barber and Beauty Shop, Romeoville, Illinois. Thank you very much. Now, to my other sponsors, When y'all get here, I give you a shout out. Okay, next up, man, let's get ready to get to it. We'll bring my esteemed guests on because this topic that we're talking about is going to be very, very, very interesting. So that y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a update. So I got Angie coming in. She's from Baltimore, Maryland. She's a mother of four. She's a personal assistant, travel agent, a Tupperware consultant, and she's a phlebotomy instructor. That's interesting. So that's a very part. So she's deeply in the workforce, and that has a lot to do with what we're getting into today. And most of y'all know, you already know Shank Rock. Shank Rock is coming on board. He's everything, man. He's everything, and he's the one that got me started in this podcast nation. And he's a great influence and help to society, and he's helped individuals get a lot of closure in their lives. So, without further ado, I'm gonna bring out two individuals on. Hello, Angie.
Hello.
Hello, Shank.
What's up, Chuck? Happy birthday to Mom Dukes.
Yes,
Yeah,
happy
man.
birthday.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot, man. You know, she didn't make all these years for nothing, right?
Mhm.
All right, man. Hey, look here. This is gonna be interesting. So, as y'all know, I stated earlier, I didn't stay earlier, right? I had a conversation, right? And I went into a business, and it was a bunch of women there. So when I walked into the business, I felt kind of awkward anyway because they looked at me kind of strange, right? So I asked the question. I'm like, man, it's late at night. Like, where all the guys at? Where all the dudes at, right? So one of the ladies, she was like, we don't need no men. I'm like, wow. That kind of took me back for a second, right? But then another lady, she was like, shoot, I need me a good man. I'm like, all right, so now we talking, right? So it registered different with me, and I had to sit back. And it took me a couple of days to think about it. Man, it took me a week to think about it, right? And after I thought about it, I went back to the lady again, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You really said that. And she's like, well, yeah, I said it. And I ain't want to question her. But I'm ready for y'all. So this is what I'm gonna give both of y'all as we're in this discussion. I'm gonna give each of you a chance to answer in your perspective, right? So the first question would be, and this is gonna be it. When you hear somebody say men aren't needed, what does that mean to you?
Ladies first, Angie.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Did we put you on the spot?
no.
Oh,
So I won't say that men aren't needed. What I see now is the problem is the type of men. When there's something that has to be done, if they're not taking care of it, then women are just doing it. So the problem is that the men aren't showing up.
So men ain't showing up. So when you hear that, it's not men in general. It's just the type of man that you're saying that when you hear that phrase, the type of man is not really needed.
I'm not even going to say that because even in the workforce, you can work with a bunch of men and they just still don't show up. They could be white, black, Hispanic. You might have 1 out of 10 and 2 females, and the women show up to get things done.
Ooh, okay. All right, Shay, what you think, man? Shay, so when you hear it, what you think, Shay? Give me your opinion.
Well, first, let me just say men and women are wired completely different. So, men are out there and men do show up. But most of the times, the men, we get overlooked for the poo-poo and the ray-rays and so now I get where she's coming from. Like on the job, a lot of males, they will just stand around. They will just play around on the jobs, because women, by them being wired different, women take working more serious than men. 9 times out of 10, women, they got kids that they taking care of. They, gotta provide for the household. So they don't got time to be playing games. When it comes to the males, we play, we joke around and everything. All right, I get to it. So let me just say this and then I'm gonna digress. I think it's a two-edged sword.
Mm.
And I'll get into it later on, but I think it's a two-edged sword. What about you, Chuck?
Man, I'm listening to it, but when I first hear it, like we hear men aren't needed, my first thing is like, well, what you mean men ain't needed? Like you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for a man. And my
Or you
first
wouldn't be
thought,
here if it wasn't for a man or a woman. So no one can
ooh,
be discredited for that.
well, I'm just
'Cause
saying,
I mean, no matter what, you you need you need the sperm and the egg, but you most definitely need that woman to carry. So those are immeasurable.
that's like saying what came first, the chicken or the egg?
It doesn't matter.
See, so I was just saying but that's my concept. When I hear that saying, when I first hear it, like men aren't needed, and I'm like, whoa, like this is my thing. Like first of all, to me, you wouldn't be here without a man, or we wouldn't be here without each other. Let's say it like that. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? All right, so now we're at that point, and I'm like, oh, what you mean a man ain't needed? Like ain't needed in the workforce, ain't needed around you. Like what you saying? So,
Well,
it,
if you're not showing up to do what needs to get done, then you take yourself out.
but now,
Because if I have work to get done, I got to get it done. I'm not coming out of my house to waste my time to not get what needs to get done. Done.
and that's to go to say the same thing on a man perspective too. So is this like is this a thing of women empowerment or like a reaction to something like a life experience that women are a little bit salty because they what I mean they had a bad experience with a man or something
Did you say salty?
salty like salty like bad
Absolutely
taste in
not.
your mouth.
Absolutely not. It now experience. Absolutely, I just said it. When you work with men, they don't do their job.
What?
I'm sorry. You might get one out of 10 that's going to do the job and do the job right. The rest of them going to play.
Uh-oh. I think that might be experience stereotypical. Cause what you think,
I work
Shaq?
in a male dominated place, and
Okay.
that is what I see often.
What kind of work can I ask, Angie, that you do or you work at? What kind of work?
No, you can't ask me.
Yeah, she took kind of professional. She can't put a professional status out there, y'all. But it's a nice little format where she work at. It's in the public somewhere around there.
Okay.
You dig?
Yeah.
But if it's male dominated, so you saying that what you see, so that come from experience. So what you see giving you the impression of a generalized statement.
Yes, yeah,
All right. Hey Shay, but you said something about women being more focused to the fact that most of them got kids. But what about the men who has children too that go to work? What's up with that?
They're gonna be the ones that's going to perform their duties. You know.
Okay.
Now
So
I
go
can
ahead.
speak, let me just speak for me. Like
All right.
when when I didn't have my children, when I wasn't a single dad, I played around on jobs. But when I became a single dad, you know, I was working. I was working because I needed to keep my job to take care of my kids, take care of
Mm-hmm.
my household. Now I can't say that applied to all men, but I could just use me for an example. Now, one thing that I'm sure all three of us could agree on, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, we know that things were set in motion for women to believe that they don't need a man. Can we agree with that?
Mm,
What you mean set in motion? Like are you talking about like the Willie Lynch syndrome or we
Yes,
talk?
yes, yeah. We can stay right there with Willie Lynch. We can stay with Willie Lynch.
Okay, so we talking about the indoctrination of being able to take the male figure out of the home, right?
Correct,
To weaken the family structure, pretty much, right?
correct, correct.
All right. I
Would
mean,
you agree with that, Angie?
I do agree.
Okay,
I agree that that started it.
okay,
That had a start to it. However, it ma- it it manifested another way. Um. Okay. Case in point, I've heard an older man even say that believed in taking care of household and all of that. Well, I now I need a woman to she need to pay all the bills and she need to do all of it. And I'm like, what? Hmm,
yeah,
interesting.
ain't nothing wrong. Because let's check this out. We talking about like now modern day. We talk even back then. We talk about a lot of women that strive for their like the independence, right? So are we like confusing independence with not needing somebody? So if a woman say I'm a strong, independent woman, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But on the backside, say, "But I don't need no man because I can do it all myself." Like, I mean, is there a variable difference between independence and the necessary value of a man's presence in the female's life? Ooh,
good
yeah. How
word.
about that?
Mm.
And before you come in, Angie, that's the two-edged sword that I spoke on. But you come on in, Angie. I want to hear Angie. That's
Well,
that's
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 true. That's a very it's a two-edged sword because number one, we both have to show up. We have to compliment each other. Meaning, if there's a lawnmower that
Uh-huh.
needs to be put up because the grass got to be cut, if we get it on Thursday, by Saturday it should be up and cut. I shouldn't be the one saying, "Are you gonna put it together? Are you gonna cut the grass?" Now I can say that because as a teenager and my mom dating someone and asking, "Can you do something?" as far as what she believed was what men do, that's how he took himself out the game. I put it together and I cut the grass. And I've been that way ever since.
Hmm.
So that's when the problem comes in, and it's a double-edged sword about needing or not needing. Because you've put me in a place where if I needed something, I can't depend on you to do it.
Okay. Well, that's subjective. That's subjective and objective. I'm using big words too, like I'm a doctor. Subjective and objective. But what I'm saying, all right, so I get it. So in all, if a man got responsibilities in the house, right? He said, "Hey man, we supposed to be working hand in hand. I'm supposed to get it done, but he don't get it done. He tired. What if he was working and he tired? He don't feel like getting it done right now.
We all tired.
So what somebody said Del said role reversal. And I mean, is it
and
actually a role reversal? Or
That's what it feel like.
but if I'm sitting back and I'm saying, you know what, man, Why I gotta cut the grass all the time?
Right.
If you saying that you capable of doing all this and that, right? And then then go cut the grass. I can cook,
Right. And
and that's
and
not
that's
even a wrong. Because some men can cook better than women, and some women can cut the grass better than men.
right.
So
And-
is it actually a role reversal, or somebody and we using cut the grass? I don't want to get stuck on it. Is it a role reversal, or is it just getting down and getting it done, and it don't matter who get it done as long as it's completed?
now,
Well, we
now,
would have to have a conversation
now, let
because
me just
it
let
should
me just slap.
if that's the thing, then as a unit, you should be having a conversation about who does what better and who does this and who does that. Yeah, have a
Go ahead, Shay.
conversation.
Okay, now let's reverse the roles.
Okay.
Now, if a man took on the woman's role, okay,
Which is the woman's role?
old fashioned. We're gonna
Okay.
go. We're gonna go old fashioned. Staying
Mhm.
at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the family, making sure the bills and everything is paid, and just basically maintaining the household and the family. Now,
Mhm.
will that man argue? Will that man complain? Now let's look at the woman. Now the woman takes on the role of going out, working, and providing for the family. Will that woman complain? And let's just be honest. How many men that when the roles were reversed and they will stay at home dads, how many men have you heard complain? Now let's look at the women when they had to take on that role. How many women complain? My opinion, and then y'all could build with me or destroy. I've really never heard men complain being a stay-at-home dad. I've heard plenty of women complain when they have to be the breadwinner
You heard women complain.
all the
Give me an
time.
example.
All
Give me
the
an
time.
example.
Chuck, you want to slide in or you want me to continue?
Oh, I want you to get your head hit on this one. I'm listening. There, go ahead.
I'm listening.
Go
Look, you
ahead.
see, you see, that's why I tried to bring you in
Hey, yo,
here.
I swear, because hey, listen, you should have saw Angie's face. She stood, she kind of got up and was like, well, hold on,
Yeah,
let me get ready.
yeah,
Let me get these guns ready because I'm getting ready to slap his head loose with this one.
yeah.
Hey, so and you holding your own because I don't want you to feel like you up against two professionals, right? But you in the ring and it's not this ain't a bout. This is a nice debate, friendly discussion, right? But
Mhm.
but Shank, I get what you're saying but here we go. Now
I
let
didn't
me
get
tell
my
you,
example.
huh? Oh, here go an example.
I asked for an example.
You want me to give you an example or Shank give you an example?
Either well, he can give me one because he made the statement.
Let me shut up there. Come on, Shank, give me an example, yeah.
Okay, let me run around this corner and get my head split to the white meat by Angie. Okay, we even before social media, but
Mhm.
definitely now that social media is here, all we hear is women complain, 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 complain. We don't hear men complaining.
What's the complaint?
I don't need no man.
That's not a
Before so
complaint. That's a
hold,
statement.
hold tight. Before social media, I can do bad by myself.
Uh-oh. That's a
That's
statement.
not a complaint. That's a statement.
Here go the
Okay.
complaint. I got you, Shank. Here go the complaint. You want to complain, Angie? Like, man, I'm out here working and you still just sitting here doing nothing. So when I get home, it's like ain't nothing been done. Boom, that's a complaint.
That is a complaint.
And my thing is like, you know,
So
a
you don't
whole
think
man.
any men said that was on the reverse ever said that?
What you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Exactly. So he just said that men don't complain. A man would say the
Let,
exact same thing.
That's not a
not,
complaint though. Coming from a man, it's not a
yeah,
complaint.
What
not
is
when
it then?
not when the roles are reversed. A man ain't gonna complain when he's in the role of staying at home and taking care of the house and the kids. He ain't complaining. He'll complain maybe if he got to go out and be the breadwinner. But if the roles got reversed, like a woman is going to always complain. She is,
What's
regardless
up?
what role she is in. Come
Yeah,
on.
what's up?
Absolutely not. That's false. That's
That's what.
false.
What?
That's
I'm,
false.
I'm gonna give you another example, right?
No, but the example you just gave, that happens with men and women. If a man comes home from work and he's the breadwinner and a woman not doing absolutely nothing, he's going to make that statement. If a woman is the breadwinner and the husband stay home, she's going to make that same statement. I still don't hear a complaint that y'all can actually come with. I haven't heard anything.
Well, I think that statement, right, is
What,
I think she can be overstepping her bounds a little bit.
who?
The woman,
What's what do you
don't
mean she
she
overstepping?
overstep? She getting out of pocket. Don't be
You out
just
of
be just
pocket.
check this out. Just because you making more bread and I'm home chilling, putting some things together.
Well, and see the word you just used? You at
What?
home chilling. You shouldn't be at home chilling.
If you making all the money and you gonna bring it home, why not?
Okay.
What? Listen, real talk. If I got me a woman, right, and she making 10 times what I'm making, and she like,
Hmm.
baby, don't worry about it. You just go home, be home when I get. All right, then you know what, man? Look here, bro. What else you want me to do? I'm home while you at work, getting the bread together. I might go play some basketball, go to the gym, take a little walk, take the kids with me or something, right? When I get home, if ain't no dinner on the table, you got a few dollars. I'm like, yo, you want to go get some food?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some food.
with us. We all go get
No,
some food
no.
because you can't get so controlling because you got all the bread. You gonna determine what we is, what we ain't gonna do. No, I ain't doing that.
Mm.
And whoever
You
that
think
really
so?
is, I'm tell you right now, I ain't supposed to be working, cooking, and taking care of the kids and clean. No, I ain't doing all that.
Okay, well then you just don't.
See, that's what I'm saying. So this, but now, but the woman come home and complain. She'll tell you everything that you ain't doing. I don't want to hear all that.
Hmm. So you think that a woman is only going to be the person to say that I got a problem with you doing nothing? Is that what you're saying?
If she got a problem with me doing nothing, then she shouldn't have started it. Period, point blank. If you
Men don't.
making all,
If a man doesn't have a problem, and that's not true. If a man has a problem with a woman not doing anything, that's because that man is doing something that does not bring his attention into that home.
what?
They know what.
He
That's what
should,
that is.
he should just get another woman then.
That's exactly what he done did, or a
Let that
few
one
other
go.
women.
You gotta let that
So,
one go
so
and
he
get
didn't.
another one.
He's not caring about where his children and where he's laying his head. He don't care. But if he cared, he's going to ask a question.
What's the question
That's
you gonna
not
ask?
about. That's not about not making a complaint.
All right. You know what? All right. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
digress on the complaint factor, right?
Yeah,
But we
diagram.
we good so far. So now check it
Mm-hmm.
out. All right, so here we go. Here you go, Shaq. What do men? And we're gonna do it two phases, right? What do men bring to the table that's overlooked?
Men brings pretty much everything to the table that get overlooked. Men are not appreciated. Men have to work 3 4 time jobs plus overtime. and then it's just still overlooked. No matter how much of a great dad men are, it gonna get overlooked. Um, the money that'll never get overlooked. If he got some money, and he spending and he handling his business on the money tip, that don't get overlooked. But everything else that comes with a man is going to get overlooked, and that's why most men have a problem with communicating with a woman. That's the biggest problem that women will say when it comes to their relationship. There's no communication. I've discovered that in these relationships. A lot of the problems, women, even if a man cheat, I know plenty of women that then stayed with cheating men. And you would say, damn, why you still with this guy and he cheated on you? I don't know why. Maybe Angie can answer that. I don't know why women can stay with a man that cheats.
Yo,
But
you went left with that one. We'll get back to that with no question. I said, well, so what's being overlooked, bro? You said they cheating. They not seeing them cheating. I mean,
let
no.
me let me walk it back home. When I
Walk it back
say
home.
that when I say that we get overlooked by everything besides the money, our time,
Okay.
the time that we put in the relationship, you know, the energy, everything that we put in this relationship, because we were programmed many years ago to be robots as men in a relationship. We don't got no feelings, so our feelings get overlooked.
But now I want to broaden the scope because I don't want to just talk about it in a relationship context. I want to talk about it even in a broad sense context as a man. What is being overlooked about us? It's like
Yes.
our value is being overlooked. Like the value of the man presence is being diminished. It's like saying that, these little things that he do don't matter, but those little things make the big machine work,
Yeah.
you know? And yeah, we can go into the relationship because everything is about relationship, whether it's work or whatever. In a work relationship, in a home relationship, when a man doesn't feel, I ain't gonna say even feel appreciated. It's like sometimes men need space, right? But women don't want to give a man space, but they want the man to be able to adhere and tend to all of their requirements, their needs. You know,
Facts.
well, if I'm trying to attend to all your needs and attend to everything else, what about attending to what I need? But a woman would probably never know what a man need because men are so reclusive and protect and prideful, protect their vulnerability. I think that makes sense, right? What do you think, Ed?
Facts.
It sounded to me like you complaining.
What?
Sound like you complaining.
Talk to me.
That's what it sound like.
Like why I sound like I'm complaining?
You just made a complaint.
What?
Okay.
Was that a complaint or a statement?
A complaint.
What you mean?
You want to be valued. You want this. Why I can't do this. So that's a complaint
It's a
because you want
complaint.
something. You want it to be changed, correct?
Who?
You want a change. You want to be appreciated. You want all these things. You want it to be for you corrected, right?
No.
No. So you just want to say it to say it?
Listen. So if a man come home
Uh-huh.
and then the woman be like, whoop whoop the bam.
Mm-mm. Stay on the man because that was the statement that you made.
It
You
got to
can't
be
switch
towards the
it.
woman. All right, then let's say if I come home, right,
Yes.
after a hard day work,
Uh-huh.
right?
We're talking about men being appreciated and
Here we
overlooked.
go.
So stay on that.
I'm with you. So
Okay.
now I come home and I got to do something else. And I'm like, dang. But
What's
then
something else?
the woman be like, yo, you ain't take out the trash, right? Why I gotta take out the trash? Like, hold tight. I don't want to take out trash right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you rather have the trash piled up and stinking in the house?
No, I'd rather you get up and you take the trash out.
You would.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, and that's why, it's good to have role conversation. Because I think for my role in my world, we don't need to be together if I'm putting the trash out. That's just not happening.
Why not?
Why not?
Because I believe that's a male's job.
Okay.
Whoa.
I live in the city of Baltimore where there's rats and all kinds of mess outside. And I'm going outside to take out the trash? No, sir.
You
So
go outside to go to work?
let me ask this
Say
real
what?
quick.
Oh,
Let
go
me
ahead,
ask
sir.
this real quick. So do you agree that men do have roles as well as women?
That's a role of a man. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Chuck.
Hold up. Taking out the trash is a man role.
A male, yes.
All right then. So for those
In my
women,
world. There's some worlds that don't work for them. That
all right.
works for me.
So for some women, here we go. For the women to say that I don't need no man, is she taking away all the man role? Every role that a man would fill. She's saying she don't need a man. She can do all that by herself.
There's some women that do all that by themselves. But this what I'll say about that. If she has to do that all by herself, there's a reason. There is, what did you say? Experience behind why she does it all by herself. Not necessarily by choice.
Okay. All right. So now we're there. All right. Now I'm gonna ask you this question, and you can let me know. What do women bring to the table that you think is undervalued?
Our patience. Our patience is always undervalued. We take a lot.
Really?
Really.
We take a lot too. But I get it.
You didn't ask me about y'all. You asked about women. I'm telling you from a woman's perspective,
Right.
what's undervalued.
Oh, hey Shay.
Hmm?
We got the right one now, don't we, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. I don't know who sparked her up. Oh my goodness. Who just sparked up Angela? Hey AJ,
What?
you ain't tell me you was gonna be coming like that.
That's a true statement.
And then you got these couple women that ain't talking about go get it, Angie. Yes, sir, I agree. Oh now you the pile to the plate.
I got my sisters.
Hey, Shay. Hey, Shay, you gotta help me here, man. And you know what? It's not even about the help thing, right? It's like now, are men and women, right, being compared in these roles? Is it a comparison or a misunderstanding?
Mm. So give me an example.
All right, men and women being compared. Say that's like I say, a woman is like you say at work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you say that she is more focused in you got 5 people there, 2 women, 3 men.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that the women are going to be doing more work than the men, right? So
Mm-hmm.
is that an appearance of the work or how the work is getting done? I would say that because a man, even in my stature, men figure out how to do work without doing a lot of work.
Right.
Women, a lot of women do work and they get busy work. So,
Mm, mm-mm.
uh-oh.
Not
Here we
true.
go. Let me take my glasses off.
Women look for the most simplistic way to get work done and done correctly. Now, if men looking for the simplistic way, he not necessarily caring about if it got to be done right. That's why 9 times out of 10 we gotta go back over it.
Yeah. No, I don't go for that one.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
can't go for that one because
Mm.
in industry, I don't care if the automotive industry, textile industry, in the office industry, whatever the case is, right? A
Mhm.
man, a man is built to calculate. And when we calculate the best, most expedient way in order to get the job done completely and thoroughly without having to work hard.
That's a lie.
Angie,
That's a lie.
Angie,
That's a lie.
Angie.
That's a lie.
What men have you been around, Angie?
All of them. All of them. Black, white, Hispanic, German, all of them. They do not. Their brain does not operate like that. Now, if your brain operates like that,
Yeah.
it has to be something you are super interested in. Other than that, uh-uh. They're actually the busybodies doing this, and this. And then when you're looking at it like, okay, all you got to do is put that there, and it's done. So men do not look for that. That's not true.
Hey, Shaq, you better come with the program, bro. She really is going at it, man.
Case in point,
Good, shoot.
all of these so-called leaders are males. They're the men. And when you look at certain rules and regulations and the BS that come along with it, a man came up with it, not a woman.
Stay right there, Angie. Well,
Okay.
well, when are y'all women gonna catch up? When are y'all women gonna stop being lazy and join the work? Come on, Angie.
Well, number one, if it wasn't shown any other time in his life, it surely was at the presidential election. So anytime when we come and we show up, we are fighting against our own kind that's sniffing behind some man and the men. So it's not that we don't show up. The problem is the fight is not fair.
The fight ain't fair.
The fight is not fair.
What? The fight is almost equal now.
The fight what?
The fight is equal.
It is not.
If not leaning a little bit more towards the female at this present time, right? You got a lot of females, a ton of y'all, right? That got businesses and y'all got some things going on. We give you that. We understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men ain't afraid of no women. Please, Miss Ellis Dow, really get that correct. Hold on, I had to answer me one of them comments, right? Now, what I'm saying is because a lot of women are super emotional.
What?
Irrational. And they think with with the emotions on the sleeve, right?
You think women do that?
All the time.
We don't get the opportunity to do that.
What?
We can number one, any emo because we can't be emotional. But even if we show an ounce of emotion, you're cut from right there. Women don't normally spiral out. If she's spiraling out, it is a book placed on top, a bulldozer placed on top of that book. She done held so much down that all she can do now is throw it up because there's nowhere else for it to go.
So you saying that she took so much in that at a
Yes.
certain point in time she got to bust and regurgitate it. So what I'm saying is this, and let me get down to the nitty gritty, right? When we talk
Oh, but
about
you men do that all the time.
yeah,
All the time.
it got to come out somehow, right?
No, yeah, it comes out all the time. It's very seldom that men don't talk. Men do a lot of talking, and I'm gonna tell you what's so funny.
Go ahead.
When people say women are the most gossiping, that's a lie. Most things I've learned about people, I learned about it from a man.
That's pillow talk.
He's telling it all, and you just sitting there like, okay.
I think he's just telling you what he wants you to hear so he can get closer to you. That's pillow talk.
Nah, that's not true.
Because the men I know,
They talk amongst each other.
yeah, now men talk amongst each other when they're comfortable.
And they're comfortable all the time.
When they're comfortable, when they're in the proper circle,
They ain't in no proper circle.
they can have a little outlet and they talk amongst each other. Women, y'all don't care who y'all talk to as long as somebody hear y'all.
That's a shallow woman.
It just come out like that.
That's a shallow woman that need attention. I don't affiliate too well with people like that.
And that's another thing. Women in the workforce, a lot of y'all can't work together.
What you mean they can't work together?
You get 6 women in one room trying to get something done, it's going to be a problem. Women cannot work together like that. Y'all
That's
got
not
too
true.
many issues.
If there's issues if you don't have the same goal. And that's it. That's man and woman, man and man, or any of that. If the goal is not to get this done and get it done right, nobody works together good. But if you gotta have somebody that I need to be the shine. I need you to know what I did. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. But if everybody has in their mind, we all going to do this. You got this part, you got that part, you got that part, and everybody does their part. You get along. And I've also worked with a bunch of women, at least 4, and never had any problems because we understood something had to be done. We're going to work on it. You take your part, you take part, and we put it together and it's done.
I just think when you see a whole bunch of women together working, there's a lot of problems because you got a whole bunch of emotions, whole different attitudes, and somebody want to be cuter than the next. Everybody looking at each other. It's a whole bunch of judgments and everything like that. Men have
that too.
Right.
Men have that too.
When?
All the time.
Man, you can get 50 men on one project in one room, and it'll go smooth as water.
You believe that?
You know why? Because we operate on a hierarchy.
Where you hired?
A hierarchy. That means that
I understand what hierarchy is. That is a level. So what level do you think you at?
Level I'm at?
No, these men you speak of.
Well, when you got them in that group, you got leaders of the bunch. Everybody can't be a leader. You got to have a lot of Indians too. But if you
so you want to give role. So for you, it is you're the leader, and okay, you got a CEO, and then you got the rest of the people. So then you don't mind somebody like I don't believe I got a boss. I got this, you got that. I ain't got no leader. If
Oh,
it ain't God.
you're gonna have to listen from some directions from somewhere. You don't have all the answers, you don't have all the directions. What I'm trying to tell you is you
But that
gotta
don't have to
have,
be a leader role.
yeah, you gotta have leaders, then you gotta have Indians, you gotta have chiefs, you gotta have Indians. You gotta be a good
Okay.
Indian though.
No. No.
Hey Shay,
Mm-mm.
Let me just slide in.
yeah, slide
Okay.
over there.
Why did Obama win and why did Kamala lose? Angie.
Ooh.
Because Kamala is a woman.
So she lost strictly because she was a woman,
Yes. In my eyes, yes.
and Obama won strictly because he was a man. Even though,
Oh no. He was a black man.
so that's why he won.
Is that
I
why you
mean, and
want?
he had some good not to take away his what he was standing on. But oh yeah, but definitely because he was a black man.
Now let me just slide in.
Hmm.
Obama understood the assignment, and he knew. It's like what Chuck was saying when it came down to putting in the work, getting the work done. Obama knew the assignment, and he knew what he had to do. He knew he was going to have to work hard. Wasn't nobody going to just give him nothing. Regardless what you say about Obama, I'm not a big Obama fan. However, very
Oh, did I lose you, Shay?
I think he trying to turn off.
I I think I lost him. Did I lose?
He did, but they muted. Mm.
Oh, he'll come back on in a minute, right? He'll sit back on. But look, now we're here. So now, as we talk about it, because I know we went off into a lot of stuff, right?
Hmm.
And I had to address some real. I wanted to address some real interesting questions, right? So one of the things was when did I don't need you become a goal? And I
No, not a goal.
well, I'm saying when I'm talking about like women and independence, right? And developing their own course, right?
Because men didn't show up. That
Men
you
didn't
didn't
show.
show up correctly. And I gave you the reason I gave you that example. That is why it's not the goal. A woman had to fall into that role because a man wasn't doing it. So it is not about that's what I wanted to happen. That's what happened.
So now that
So
say now that she's in that role, that's just one man, or that's something impactful into her life that
hmm
happened that
hmm
turned her emotions into this ball of fire to say,
whoa,
well, I don't
whoa, whoa,
need this.
wait. Pull that back. That's not
So
about no emotion.
what's about?
That's a that's not about emotion. That's just about knowing and seeing when something gotta be taken care of, that you take care of it. That's not an emotion. That's just like, oh, we're not gonna get this done unless we wait on him. So if that's the emotion you want me to say, yeah, I got an emotion because I have to wait. And I shouldn't have to wait.
But that's one man. That's one experience. That's
That's
one life
one experience.
experience.
I'm just saying in that it just allowed for me to, or for most women to just say, I'm going to do it myself. Because if I do it myself, I know number one, it's going to be correct. And two, it's going to be done.
Well, anybody can say if they do it themselves. They say if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. That's what they tell men and anybody. But my thing is this, and this is what a lot of people say when when a woman says, I don't need no man, right? The
Mm.
first thing a person will say is, well, what kind of hurt came across your life to make you so bitter as to feel as though you don't need a man,
But why
right?
do you think she's bitter?
why not be with it? When you say you don't need no man and you lash out into that sense, then that seems that something happened on the lines where as though you lost all trust in men. You lost trust in the capabilities of men based upon a life experience, which that may be true. It may have happened. So do you cut yourself off from the opportunity of somebody else coming in and filling that void and stepping up to the plate and getting it done?
No, you don't cut yourself off from a man. And that's not a void. It's just an experience. And not only that, you give people opportunities. However, if they don't do, you don't, but you also don't give people more than enough chances to get something wrong. Once they've gotten it wrong, you got to cut that off because that's going to be a continued thing. So no, that doesn't make sense. It's just like what they say about insanity. When you keep doing the same thing over and over and getting the same ugly result. Mm-mm.
So would you call that statement or that form of moving on in your life, would you call that empowerment or some sort of like emotional protection? And I say that because of this. Some women, and I'm using this context because it was happening. Some women feel as though they're empowered. They're empowered. That's like, hey, I want to do this. I'm gonna achieve this. I'm gonna achieve that. That's an empowerment thing. Like they reaching for goals and doing certain things, right? But is that in that part of being empowered to do this, are they setting themselves up to a point where they want to be in a position where they can protect themselves? Like they put a shell around who they are by building up this other fortress.
Well, I don't think that they're building a fortress. I
Well, it
I
sounds like
think that they if they feel empowered, they're empowered to see a goal and achieve the goal and continue growing. And that in itself, that's empowerment.
okay.
When we're talking about the experience of it,
Okay.
well, we learn from our experiences, good or bad.
For sure.
So it's both. It lends hand in hand. However, I don't have to keep experiencing it because, like you said, that's only one person. Now, do I think any other person after that not gonna take out my trash? No, because I would have had that conversation or whatever it is. You have to have conversation uncomfortable. Listen, this is what I see. This or even this is what I was taught. Because again, just like Shank was saying earlier, women stayed home. Women stayed home a lot of times because she was the one having the baby. So when she have a baby right off top, she has to give herself time to heal and nurture this child. And
Okay.
again, and however many children after that. So it was merely the physical part of it that made me sit down. So it just fell in like that. Well, you do this and I'll do that. But when you think about it, when you start talking to some older people, I mean, if you were younger, a lot of those women were finding things that they could do out the home to help assist bring money into the home
Okay.
and still cook and still clean and still made sure the children were good.
So now, as you say that, right? Because we're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. This is a good one. And even in today's society, with young women growing up, you know, we teach our daughters to be strong, independent. We want them to thrive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, in building strong individuals, are we creating weaker relationships?
No, because you should be had just like you have that conversation with your daughter, you have
Mhm.
that conversation with your son. You want your son to show up not only for themselves but for a woman.
Hmm. That's a good point. You want them to show up not just for themselves, but for a partner.
Yes.
Because nowadays, and this is what I say nowadays, you got a lot of individuals that are a lot of female, a lot of men, everybody that are they pursuing young people pursuing goals. I'm talking about college degrees and things of that
Hmm.
nature, right? And a lot of times while they're pursuing these things and they're so focused on their independence and they're building their foundation, it takes away from what someone else can come in and offer or bring on the table, a partner can bring to the table. Now that criteria for that partner or that standard may be set so high that everybody can't reach it.
Well, then
Since
that's not the
everybody,
person for you.
but not necessarily,
Hmm.
because you can have y'all can be equally yoked, but
You
y'all
could
y'all
be.
y'all may not have the same level at the same level. That's like you saying I can have a lawyer, right? I could be a
Mhm.
lawyer, but my partner is a janitor. Ain't nothing wrong with that as long as y'all have a good partnership.
And we don't talk about our careers.
Why you well, well, see what I'm saying? And y'all don't talk about your careers. Why? What's up?
Mm.
You try to tell me a lawyer can't talk to a janitor about careers and they're in a relationship?
No, not inside the relationship. But when we going out somewhere, and for lawyers, we at one of their functions. We ain't gonna talk about me being no custodian. That's just not happening.
You 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 you're not gonna be proud of the person you with that accept them for who they are, what they do.
Listen, we're not gonna say I'm no custodian. That's it. We're not doing that. Now, well, I'm first off, I wouldn't be a custodian. However, if we know, I don't. Everybody judges. As much as you might not want to, you are, because as soon as he said, attorney Jack, and this is my wife Jill, and she's the custodian of this school, people gonna be looking like, what? Yeah, amongst the high school sweethearts.
I get it. I get it. Oh, Angie, I want to tell you, man. I want to say thank you for coming on the podcast, coming on the show. This was very interesting, very enlightening. And to be honest with you, I think that this is a conversation that need to be had more than once.
Uh,
And the only
You just
reason
like
why
to fight.
no, it ain't about fighting. It's about addressing something, but you're still having fun. But the same token is
Yeah.
serious. But I think I
Okay.
think to be able to have different perspectives of this kind of topic is something that could help other individuals that are going through something figure it out or see where it's at, right? And
Mhm.
that's cool. And I appreciate that. So before we go, if it was something that you wanted a listener to get out of this conversation, what would it be?
Um, it would definitely be communication. Communication is key in everything that we do because, like we said, all situationships are relationships, whether it's with your child, whoever. So it is imperative that we communicate and learn how to communicate, not just listen. to speak, but actually hear what's going on.
Cool. I appreciate it, man. Look here, man. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna have you back when I find another topic, though. You got
I'm
to
gonna
come back.
fight you.
Hey, you got to come. Look, I'm gonna have to run me another topic by you. You got to come back. I like. You know what? Let me tell you something. I like your perspective, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think you got. I think you got some fans now. Really,
Okay.
I think you got some fans and cheer squad and everybody rooting behind you. So I'm. I tell you what, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna follow this up with something. And
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna have you back. Have you back. Oh, I see you. You see you to knock my man Shank out.
See, he didn't show up for himself, and that's
See?
what happened.
Oh, don't do that. It was a technical difficulty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Ash,
Okay.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right.
And I'll holler at you in a little while, okay?
All right, sir.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all. I think that was a real interesting conversation. I thought it out of jump too, but sometimes you gotta give perspectives and give different opinions and give different avenues to be able to pull more information out, so we can get a wider range of what to look at or what to take in and what to throw out. I appreciate everybody coming on. Man, look, next week I got a young lady coming on here. I don't even want to give y'all too much about it, but she's a college student. Not only is she a college student, she has her own business. So not only she has her own business, her major is outstanding. But like I say, she's coming through, and we're gonna have an in-depth conversation about a lot of things that deals with the college life, the things that our children face when they're going away to school from their perspective. Because right now, you know, we need to hear from them. We don't necessarily need to give them direction and point things and say things. We need to be able to receive what they're saying from their perspective and what's going on in their mind. So be sure to make sure y'all tune in next week on Unspoken Voices podcast, where your voice matters. Thank y'all for tuning in. Talk to you later.
Unspoken voices.
This has been the Unspoken Voices podcast with Chuck Ellis, where silence is broken, truth is spoken, and healing begins. So remember, your voice matters, your pain has purpose, and your story deserves to be heard.
So until next time,
Stay connected,
stay encouraged.
and know that your voice is never alone.